Hi, this is Pete Kears for Living 50 Plus. This is the third in a series of 4 videos about helping your adult children financially. Before a commercial flight leaves the ground, flight attendants instruct passengers, put on your own oxygen mask first before attempting to help others around you. The rationale for this is if you become impaired, you won't be able to help anyone else. The same reasoning can be applied to helping adult children financially. First, however, not all baby boomers are in a position to help their adult children. As noted in the first video, the baby boomer generation currently holds about $78 trillion in assets. However, this wealth is distributed unevenly. For the total U.S. population, the Federal Reserve reports in Q1 2003 that the top 50% of households have 93% of total assets compared to only 6% for the bottom half. This inequality holds for boomers as well. Looking at retirement savings, 42% of boomers do not have any retirement savings. Among those who do, the median amount was $134,000, a nest egg many experts predict won't last long enough in retirement. This means many boomers will depend on Social Security for the long haul. Yet since the average monthly Social Security check runs only about $1,800, some retired boomers will have difficulty keeping up with their living expenses. Overall, boomers on the lower half of the scale helping adult children financially might not be feasible. On the other hand, many boomer parents are helping their children financially. A survey by Savings.com showed that 45% are helping at least one of their grown-up kids in this way. Of these, the average monthly amount is over $1,400. Parents with 10 or fewer years left until retirement were the most generous. On average, they paid $2,100 monthly while putting only $643 monthly into their own retirement accounts. The largest expense categories were for housing, cell phones, and groceries. Some parents in the survey said they were helping pay student loan payments with an average monthly amount being about $245. Yet, with this comes the risk to one's financial standing. A 2023 Credit Karma survey found that 81% of parents who financially supported at least one adult child reported it negatively affecting their finances. Also, as noted in the first video, healthcare and long-term care costs can be significant in later years. Baby boomers currently range in age from 60 to 77, and according to longtermcare.gov, of these reaching age 65 today, about 70% will require some long-term care before they die. Of these, 20% will need that care for more than 5 years. Therefore, overly generous financial outlays to adult children today could limit options for affording essential healthcare costs in the future. So, here are some ideas to think about when considering financial support for an adult child. First, it's important to carefully determine how much you can afford. Be especially cautious about protecting your retirement savings. It's one thing to free up money to help your kid by trimming your expenses. In contrast, if you draw from your retirement funds, you can put your own future at risk. Second, think through how you prefer to manage the arrangement. Consider your needs along with your child's. Decisions around helping your child are overloaded with emotion. We all sacrifice for our kids, and we want to help them in times of genuine need. At the same time, you want to nurture their growing self-sufficiency. Third, one idea is to structure the arrangement as a loan rather than a gift. This places responsibility on their shoulders rather than creating a sense of entitlement. In the end, you can forgive the loan if necessary. However, a gift once given can rarely be gracefully reversed. Fourth, meet face-to-face with your adult child to discuss the situation beforehand, if possible. Long-distance communications leave more room for misunderstandings. Fifth, most of the time, these arrangements are temporary. Both parties should mutually agree on conditions under which the arrangement ends. Sixth, think through the details of the arrangement. If, for example, you will be babysitting part-time for grandkids, think about the various scenarios and state what you are willing to do. Also, both parties should reserve the right to request changes once the arrangement is underway. 7. If help takes the form of an adult child moving in with you to save money, both parties must be clear about the ground rules. For example, what responsibility does the tenant have around the house? Remember that your new housemate may have gotten used to much freedom after leaving home initially. Be aware that this kid isn't 12 anymore, and you'll probably need to monitor your behavior to avoid being overly paternalistic. On the other hand, your kid needs to realize that they are no longer a kid and need to act like a responsible adult. 8. Once agreeing on the details, put everything in a document that both parties sign. Having this for future reference rather than relying on memory will be helpful. 9. Refer your adult child to resources for budgeting and financial planning. There are many books, online resources, and classes for young people to learn about becoming financially independent. 10. Provide referrals to financial coaches, financial planners, and accountants, which can bring knowledgeable and objective professionals into the mix. As neutral third parties, they don't have the emotional baggage that builds up in a parent-child relationship. It can be ironic that your adult kid readily heeds advice from some stranger, even though you've offered the same wisdom many times before. In the 4th video of this series, I'll discuss many benefits of these professionals can bring in fostering financial independence. Post-boomer generations need help in equaling the widespread affluence of the post-World War II cohort. Many boomers, therefore, are inclined to devote some of their wealth to helping their adult children. In doing so, they need to be savvy about how much help to give and how to deliver it so they don't overtax their resources and prevent a sense of entitlement among their beneficiaries. This is Pete Kears for Living 50 Plus. Talk to you next time.